25th of May 2021, 1 o'clock, Council Chamber. And apologies, please. Gary is apology. Reno, further apologies, Land Mover.
Yep.
Tony, Sigma. Sally, thank you. All those in favour, please say aye. Against, carried. Items not on the agenda. No further items to add. No further items. Any conflicts of interest? There being none, we're now looking at the deliberations on the dog registration and other health licences fees 2.1. And I just welcome Leslie.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So what we went up, so this is about the dog registration fees and other health licenses. We consulted on an increase of quite substantial increases for all of these. For dogs from 80 to 85, for dangerous dogs 120 to 127, camping grounds 225 to 350, hairdressers 220 to 300, and funeral directors 180 to 300. And also, we also asked for an increase, the subsequent hour increase from $10 from 165 to 175. So we've looked at the submissions, and I think compliance team have done another evaluation, and they are recommending that we decrease those proposed fees slightly, as set out in the report.
Okay. So, are there been any, Tony?
I'm keen to understand the rationale behind increasing fees. So let's take hairdressers one. So they got a shop. You know they're going to be there, and you walk in and they're doing the same work today as they're doing last year or the year before. Versus a mobile one, which is doing exactly the same thing, doing the same job, using the same product, and it's more difficult here. So why would a mobile person delivering the same service as one with a fixed address be different?
For hairdressers specifically, or?
Well, that's the obvious one sticking out to me, because I know there are mobile hairdressers.
Yeah.
And people who have caravans, and people work. And
so we would still license those as a hairdresser. Mobile
Operators.
So the mobile shop licenses are more for like your Mr. Whoopies, your ice cream trucks, your mobile food trucks. So if you're a hairdresser, you still have to be registered under the regulations for hairdressing. So you would be in this case.
Yeah, it's a mobile shop. So
yeah.
To me, it's a shop.
Yeah.
And that's right.
Yeah.
If the mobile hairdresser, the caravan, is the same as the one on the shop.
Yeah.
Is that obviously just time that? Like
yeah, so essentially
the compliance bill has gone up and you've got to get that back.
Yes, absolutely. There was a mix of that more intensive look at hairdressers, campgrounds and the like. What we looked at in this case was also moving more to a user pays model. So historically it has been within the rating framework being topped up by rates, and when we were looking at these fees in September last year to propose them to you, we were moving a little bit more to a complete user pays model, and we've realised that that's extended the proposed fees a little too significantly in 1 year, and we've also looked across other councils to make sure we're consistent. We realised we would have been out of kilt with that, so we've pulled that back. So there will still be an element of, I guess, ratepayers top up.
Good. So a coffee shop in a building and a mobile pay the same?
No, so there's no set fee for health licenses for a coffee shop, so they'd still have to get a food control plan, yes, so that's a fee we're not talking about today. That would be the same, whether they're in a physical premises or a mobile truck, but the extra fee that we're looking at here for mobile trucks just applies to mobile traders. What we currently do is not charge that where they've got a food control plan. So if you're, say, a Mr. Whoopi, you just pay your food control plan like any other permanent physical retailer. That's not the fees that we're discussing today. Mobile truck trucks to capture everything else. Say if they have a food control plan from another district, which allows them to operate here, but they're not paying in our district anything, we may charge the $210 to operate in mobile in our area.
Any other questions of Brian or Leslie? So this is solely for, what about the submission on the licensing of cats?
Good idea.
Yeah.
No, it's just that, should that not come in with this? Or we're going to keep those random
Yeah, so
suggestions and different
Yeah.
people?
The only reason we're bringing these to you early, as the report says, is that we need to get some letters out for the licenses. Everything else will be held till deliberations, the full deliberations.
Okay. Then, do I have a mover? I'll move. Seconder?
I'll see.
Thank you, John. Any further discussion? There being none, all those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Against, carried. Terry, you all right there?
Just here for a long minute.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, comprehensive report, deliver on this. So we don't need to.
Is that it?
so we've deliberated.
So we've deliberated.
3.2, that was the deliberations, and now we're adopting.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was all too much. Okay.
So the adoption report, we are asking that you adopt those fees as set out, as we've just discussed.
Is there a recommendation on this?
Yes, it's in the table.
It's a suggested resolution in the table, yeah.
We just vote on.
The deliberation.
We just deliberated and now we're adopting.
Yeah, so, yeah, sorry, right, yeah, so, if that's the case, then do I have a mover?
Yes.
Sally, Seconder John, is there any further discussion on the discussion that we've just had? There being none, all those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Against,
Thank you.
so,
Thank you.
now we're on to 3.1. Thank you very much for your vote.
Yeah.
Proposed grant of the easement for Assessment Road. Why? $45 or $49 lot subdivision.
It's pretty simple to me. I mean,
Okay, Murray's moving it to Seconder.
Yeah, I'll second.
Seconder's Martin. Any discussion?
So
There being none. all
No,
those-
hang on a minute, Martin.
lot two's council
Correct.
plan, right?
Any further discussion? No. There being none, all those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Against, carried. Thank you very much, John, thank you for work as always. Any further matters? Well, I'll take the case then. I'll take the meeting closed. Thank you, Terry.
9 minutes.